As one of you guys pointed out, the Siege Master is also bugged here. So it says order reduce an allied unit's cooldown by 1. So you'd imagine that you use the order, you choose an allied unit's cooldown to go down by 1, kind of like the deploy on Siege support. And here we have several of our units with our cooldowns. I guess we will just use these, and then we're going to try and use the Siege Master and see if we can't reduce a cooldown. So we'll use this Reinforced Ballista, and then we will use the Siege Master. Actually, first we'll use this winch so our Siege Master doesn't die to the elephant. And we'll fire this, and now if we take a look here, what's going to happen is the Siege Master is going to reduce all of our units' cooldowns. Thank you for pointing this out to me. It's kind of weird. So this makes the card a lot stronger. Yeah, so all three of these guys' cooldowns went down, which is not really what it says, and makes it quite a bit stronger than it seems on paper. Reducing all of your units' cooldown is actually just better than a stockpile charge in a lot of cases, because it hits both rows. But yeah, this doesn't seem right. And then here we wanted to try something else out. So I got this set up with the Siege Master here again. Same thing, you reduce the cooldown by 1 is what we're going to be testing here. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a envoy here so that it's not next to any siege machines or something. So we want to check if it's dependent on if it's adjacent to those, because it always gets summoned out next to them. And one of you mentioned it happened when it was next to Rafard's Vengeance. Looks like it also happens if it's just next to a regular old human unit. And yeah, it then just seems like it reduces all of your units' cooldowns. One more thing here to check then is I want to see if it works on neutral units. As it says, an allied unit's cooldown, so you, I guess, should be able to use it on a neutral unit. But I thought we would check that as long as we were here and doing some experimenting. And here we have our Ifrit, the Colossal Ifrit here, and a bunch of order units, which we'll just use real quick here. And we'll see if this works. Again, I put them next to not siege machines. And also I put units in the melee row, so we can check that it's not just his row. And yes, it's all of our units with cooldown. Both rows, including the neutral unit, Colossal Ifrit. Our Xavier would have gotten a cooldown reduced too if we had 2 units in our graveyard for me to use his order. And one last thing here is I wanted to check what happens if we play it from our hand. So the one in the melee row you saw, we played that from our hand here. The one in the range row came out normally when we played a siege machine. I want to see if this made a difference, and we will play the orders here. We'll not play the orders, we'll use this ballista so we can see this. Add the Colossal Ifrit again. So Siege Master, it reaches all of them, just like it's not supposed to, but consistently does. And now we'll use the melee one and see if it matters if there's anything next to him, or if it matters if we played him from our hand or not. And it just looks like he always reduces the cooldowns of all the units. So that's the bug with Siege Master. Makes him quite a bit stronger, and actually you probably want to kill it now if you see it. I'm not going to be playing any sieges with him until it's fixed, because I don't really like using cards that are bugged to be too strong. But anyway guys, that'll be it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed. We'll see you next time.